So I migrated fully from my Schwab to Thinkorswim. Pretty comfortable with everything at the moment. So I hope you guys can see the chart. Can you guys see it? Can you put a thumbs up? I added it to the screen. Yes, yes. Did Pelosi sold her NVIDIA before the rumor? I don't know. I mean, I don't pay too much attention to those things. You just stock is the stock. You just do what you need to do. You know, if you followed Pelosi, you would have made a shit ton of money. But anyway, okay, yes, we can. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through my charts. Okay, so I'm announcing again because there's a bunch more of you here now than the start. I'm going to start doing Power Hour every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or I may do it every day, basically. So please, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you get notified. The reason I'm going to do it is I'm not going to talk about topics. You guys will watch me live trade. I thought that would be beneficial for some of you. If you guys want to follow what I'm doing, I'll tell you, I'm full transparency here. I'll tell you what my positions is. I'll tell you my losers. I'll tell you my winners because it's my actual big trading account. So I don't know how else to be more transparent. So when I'm buying something during the live stream, maybe you guys can tag along and buy it. And, you know, again, not trading advice, not financial advice, none of that. I'm doing it with my own money. I'm risking my own money. You want to risk your money? Great. You don't want to do it? No. But then I'm going to try to explain now, because initially the first 2 months of the channel, I recommended some books. Hopefully you bought it and read it, because that's paying you forward to your education so you can benefit from these elevator moves that we're experiencing. The other thing is, if you watch somebody like me trade live and give you the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Because talk is cheap, right? We can all talk. And then a lot of YouTubers that just talk. I'm like, bro, like show me what's going on. So I thought I'll add a couple of more power hours if I can't do it, or I may just do it, jump on for half hour. I go, look, this is what I'm doing. This is why I did it. This is what the chart looks like. These are the reasons. This is the catalyst, or whatever, right? Whatever I'm thinking at the moment. I thought you guys would benefit from that. So I'm going to do it. So please subscribe. Please turn on all notifications so you get notified when I'm jumping on. And I'll once I schedule it, I don't know when I'm going to do it. It may be 8 a.m. one day, and maybe 10 a.m. the next day. I may not do it just for the fact that I don't see any reason to do it, just for the fact that market's not moving enough, right? But today is a good day to look at some charts. So I always start with what? I start with the indexes, right? Okay, so let's look at the S&P 500. And so, as I said, I'm like super duper comfortable with these charts now. And of course, I say that Thinkorswim crashes. Is that what happened? Configuring. I don't want you to configure. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's do it. Seriously, Thinkorswim? You're going to do this, or StreamYard? Is this what you're going to do to me? Did I crash? For the love of God. No. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay. Better. Okay, cool. All right. So this is the S&P 500. Hope you guys can see the screen. I hope you do. This is the, as I said, SPY. It's on its ass. So we had a major correction from 565. Watch my cursor down to about 510. We did a V bottom, which I lost a little bit of money on the way up. I actually made money on the way down, but I did not think this would happen. Of course, it happens. But then cut your losses short. But then I'm short again. So you guys know. This looks like a perfect double bottom, but then I'm very suspicious of it, because if everybody sees the same thing, that most likely it won't happen. But markets, look, we're going in a recession. The market's adjusting itself to a recession price now. There's also the second part of the dollar yen carry trade debacle that's, I think, is about to happen, because dollar keeps getting weaker. But again, this is the S&P 500. This is the daily chart. So we double topped again at about 565 levels. Now we have good support at the 200-day moving average. Today we're breaking down on the 50-day moving average, which is the blue line, highlighted blue line. This is the 20-day EMA. I like to keep clean charts. This is the MACD, MACD. MACD's turned down actually a couple of days ago, so you should have been short. Actually, market went sideways for 10 days, 9 trading sessions. And then the first shot across the bow was this bar right here. And then now we're continuing with it, like 2 days of bull flagging. Remember, if you guys bought the technical trading books, you should have learned the lingo on that. And you know, I mean, we're going to retest the lows. I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it. If you don't believe it, then don't believe it. But the only time I'm going to really turn bullish is going to be if the tops are taken out, which is at 563 to 565. If by miracles we do that, then okay, then we change our tune. We go more positive than negative, but the bias is negative. A couple of things that okay, this is the triple Qs. Triple Q is the Nasdaq 100. It looks basically the same. Although triple Qs never reached back after the V bottom, it never reached back to the old high. It got maybe 4% of the old high, and then we're rolling over now. And what's in the triple Qs? Obviously NVIDIA and all those good things, which I'll go through. MACD turned down, gave you a sell signal a couple, 3 days ago. Below the 50-day, below the 20-day, coming into support at the 200-day. 200-day is about, let's see, 200-day today. So these are the parameters. Like on the 200-day, we should get a bounce and then roll over again. Or we're just going to take the express elevator all the way down to these levels, right down to about 410, 400 to 410. That's where the next support is. That's another 10% from here, people. So watch out. You know, how do you make money? I mean, you short or you buy puts. I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it. What else is there to say? That's the triple Qs. Let's look at everybody's favorite NVIDIA. NVIDIA, same thing, looks just like the triple Qs, right? NVIDIA earnings came out, stock acted negatively first time in about 2 years, and looks like a top, but then, you know, look, there's trading possibilities always. That's why I'm actually going to go live more often. So you guys can see me trade actually live, and then if I go live, when I go live the next time, I'll show you the positions, and then you guys kind of go, okay, fine, whatever. So the point I'm trying to make in all of this, people, is transparency and you know, you got to have transparency in this game. So okay, so NVIDIA about 102, no man's land really in the bottom end of the Bollinger Band. So as you guys can see, by the way, my charts are pretty simple, not too many squiggly lines. The reason I used to have a few squiggly lines. The reason I don't, because I'm still trying to figure out how to work it on Thinkorswim, but it's no big deal. I like naked charts. They're better. They teach you better. They're more honest, actually, because I can draw like 50 different lines on a chart, and then it creates bias, basically, nothing more, nothing less, because that's what you want it to happen, but most likely it won't happen. So NVIDIA topped this time at 130. Now we're down to 102. That's 28 bucks, right? So my buy point is right about 100 to all the way down to the 200-day EMA, which is about 94. 95 to 100, I will sell puts, naked puts, and because I do want to own the shares for longer term, but I will trade calls. I will trade the shares. So if you guys catch me live next week, maybe a week after, you guys will see me trade, and then where I buy it, when I buy it, what expiration I'm buying it, what options I'm doing. If I'm doing options, I'll explain it to you guys, and then, you know, you learn by fire. But yeah, I mean, NVIDIA is pretty much looks like the triple Qs, no big deal. So a couple of things actually I bought, I'm going to buy next week, and so Firm Holdings is one of my favorites. See, even when the market goes down, right, you have stocks like this that earnings come out, they blow out, great volume, ACD's up. So now you're getting a pullback, right, on absolutely no volume. You guys see the volume bars? You know, when it's going up, it's on high volume. Volume takes precedence. When it's going down, on absolutely no volume. So basically, weekends are getting shaken out. I'm a buyer of a firm. If God, you know, market crashes again, right about the, you know, at the 50-day average. I mean, 20-day average, if it worst comes to worst, but the 50-day average. But I don't think it's going to get that low. I think it'll just kind of attempt to close the gap right about 35. I'm a buyer of a firm, although today I started buying pretty similar company called Upstart, which I've been talking to you guys about. You know, I don't like buying things on pullback, but when they're pulling back into support, I like it. So Upstart was one of those. If you guys caught the live streams, I talk about it. I bought it. The day earnings came out, you know, 30, 32, stock rode all the way to 45. Now in low volume, we're kind of pulling back into support. 50-day average on Upstart is about 33 and a half. I started buying it a little early today. It's 34.02. So I started buying the October 35 calls, about 320. I'll buy them every probably 50 cents lower on the stock. Accumulate a position. I'm pretty sure there'll be a bounce when the market bounces, and this is a good acting stock. MACD is over. Yes, it did roll over a little bit, but then as long as it's above zero, I'm okay with it. So I like Upstart, so you guys understand. Let's see. Oh, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin and another small one actually. I was long the stock, full transparency. I sold it yesterday at 9. I had bought it on the day earnings came out about 7.25. I sold it at 9 yesterday. But I'm still watching. It's Hain Celestial. These kind of stocks will do well actually when the market goes down because people still have to eat and drink. So to me, nothing major, but then no, it's not cheap. Obviously, it's $8.50, but I see a turn. Earnings were better than expected. By the way, Hain Celestial. If I go back 3 years, you guys will see. I like these types of setups. When the stock goes sideways, and breaks out on a catalyst, which is an earnings beat. I like those types of setups. That means they're going to outperform the general indexes, meaning like today the market's down on its ass, stock is only down 10 cents, right? That shows outperformance to me, right? And then if you look back on Hain Celestial, going back 3 years, look at where this thing was, right? Hain Celestial was a $50 number, obviously downtrend. Look at this downtrend. I mean, disaster, right? But now sideways for a year, and now breaking out. Now it's breaking above its 200-day, it's above its 50-day, it's above its 20-day. MACD is turning up. Nothing not to like. If it closes above the 200-day, I think stock definitely has opportunity to get to 12 to 15, and that's almost 50 to 70% from here while the market's on its ass. So I'm looking to re-enter again. I sold it on the first time at 9, but actually I sold it yesterday at 9. But it's about 8.5 now. What else? Oh, let's talk about MicroStrategy. Let's talk about Michael Saylor. Okay, people, this is the turbo. This is not turbo. This is the steroid charged version of Bitcoin. Now we know what's happening with Bitcoin, right? Market's moving, Bitcoin is moving. I think Bitcoin is down to like 54,000 or 55,000, somewhere down there today. So this moves with Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin moves like 1,000 points, this moves like $30. It's a stock. MSTR is the symbol. When Bitcoin went from 20,000 to 70,000, stock went from like 40 to 200. This is the split version. So if you have the stomach for this, I do. I love volatility. So to me, it's okay. So where would I buy MicroStrategy? I don't know. On the first crash, we got down to like $100. It's about 115 now. As if MicroStrategy is not volatile enough, they created it's called Defiance Daily Target. This is 1.75 leveraged version of MicroStrategy. It just came out actually. So if MicroStrategy is going to move 10%, this is going to move 17.5%. And as you guys can see, so this thing came out let's see, 5, 10, 15, maybe like 20 days ago, trading sessions ago. When MicroStrategy was at 25.80, MicroStrategy was, let's see, what's the top is on that. All right, so when MicroStrategy was at 151, now it's 115. Let's see if the numbers are correct. So that's about 150 to 115, 35 points. So that's about 20%-ish. Yeah. So that's 20%. So this thing, the symbol is MSTX, Michael Sam Tom X-ray. So that was at 25. Now it's at 15. That's 10%. I mean, 10 points. Yeah, exactly. That's about 45%, close to 50%. So yeah, 1.75%. So if you're going to trade MicroStrategy as if it wasn't a volatile enough steroid charged stock, they came with the, I don't know, super steroid charged version of MicroStrategy. It's MSTX, or you can buy, you can trade BITX. BITX is the 2x Bitcoin strategy, which is a leverage, or obviously you can buy IBIT. IBIT is the BlackRock BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, very low cost. So I like Bitcoin. I mean, I wouldn't put my life in it, but that's Bitcoin. Okay, that's what IBIT is. It's basically following Bitcoin dollar for dollar. So down to $30 from 36 because Bitcoin went from, I don't know, 65,000 to 55,000 now. The bottom, last time it bottomed and the last crash was at like 28, where Bitcoin bottomed as well. So it seems like Bitcoin and the stock market's moving together. So if you find the bottom in the stock market, you'll find the bottom of Bitcoin. At some point, they will diverge and separate. So you can invest, you can buy IBIT ETF, or you can buy BITX, which is the double turbocharged version of IBIT. That's at 21.35. So this is, I did draw a line here because there's the clear channel here that I'm seeing, right? Last crash, it bottomed right under 20, then bounced to 32. So this is 2x. So you want leverage? You want to gamble? Right here. This is the one, BITX, and the other one is MSTX. Turbocharged, steroid charged version of Bitcoin, as if Bitcoin is not volatile enough. Let's see what's on my list. Okay. So let's go through some of the Mag 7. Let's look at Amazon. Okay. Oh, shit. Amazon. Okay. That's Amazon. Last bottom. Okay, so you guys got to figure this out. Why it's underperforming or outperforming. On the last crash that we had a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, Amazon got down to 150 from 200. Then it bounced all the way to 180. And now, actually, it's not even close to the low. So if the market makes, see, this is what you guys need to understand. This is called outperformance and underperformance. When a market makes a lower low, it's pulling back, and the stock is not pulling back in the same percentage amount as the market is, that's outperformance. So market really has to tank a lot. It probably make a lower low, but Amazon will not make a lower low. That means it's outperforming. Yes, it's going down. I'm not saying it's not going to go down, but that's how you figure out outperforming stocks versus underperforming stocks. Meaning, are there stocks that are going up today? I bet there are. So you got to find those. And I will share what I subscribe to so you can find them easier. And it's not expensive on one of the live streams next week. Let's look at the best two of the Mag 7 are Netflix. I mean, look at that, right? Market rolling over. Netflix made an all-time high, actually, a couple of weeks ago. Super beautiful chart, uptrend, right? Another one that's really strong is Zuckerberg. I call him I don't call it Facebook. Look at Meta, right? Look at the difference in the triple Qs right here that are rolling over, about to die, versus Meta, right? And look at Meta, looks beautiful, right? Holding, not in danger of anything. Will this pull back? Of course it will, but then it's outperforming. I mean, that's what you need to know. Microsoft. See, Microsoft is completely underperforming. You guys see what I'm saying now? Microsoft went from 470 down to 390. I mean, this is a $3 trillion company, losing a third of its value almost in like a matter of 3 weeks. And then it bounced 420 anemically from about 390, and then we're right back to 400. So, and the market makes a lower low. This thing is definitely going to make a lower low. NVIDIA I showed. What else? Okay. Oh, somebody asked CrowdStrike. I think this is the symbol. Yes, it is. CrowdStrike. I mean, we know what happened with the hack, right? And they just, the computer system around the globe went down. Stock went from 400 to 200. Yeah, if you bought it at 200, but how do you know what the low? But then there's really, really like this is called the key reversal day right here, right? I mean, nothing really. It's kind of rolling over. It stopped exactly where it stopped at. It bounced. That can't bounce. Stop. Or on the next pullback to 200, I'd be really interested in looking at CrowdStrike. And it stopped exactly where it's supposed to stop. I mean, it's not a joke, right? It stopped right at the 50-day, right at the 200-day, where they combine. And this bar right here was the top. And now we're down to 240. Yeah, if it bounces on the market, if the market keeps pulling back and this thing gets down to 200, yeah, I'll be interested in looking at it. It's in the middle of no man's land. A few more stocks. Okay, so this is one of my favorites, Sleep Number. You know, the Sleep Number beds. See, I'm going to show you guys. See what's happening? See the outperforming versus underperforming? It just looks like Hain Celestial, right? And look at it, right? It's right at the 200-day, right at the, could it pull back? It could, but today's stock is unchanged when the market's down 3%. You know what I'm saying? These are the types of stocks that you guys got to look at. What types of stocks do well under these conditions? You know, let's look at gold. What is gold doing? And to me, the important thing is understand where you should be switching your money, what you should be doing. Look at gold, right? I mean, market down, market up, doesn't really make any difference. And then a couple few really, I love these stocks. Kava, right? Look at that chart. Does this stock look like it cares about what the market is doing? I've owned Kava since 33. First time I ate there. And then I have it in my long portfolio. Nothing major, you know, but hey, does this stock look like it cares what the market is doing? Just made a new high after the earnings, right? And it's going to make another new high, right? These are the types of things. And then conversely, I'll show you guys a death move. Oh, talk about catching a falling knife. And this is Celsius. Look at that one. See the difference? That's what you guys need to figure out. That stock has come down from 100, still going down. It's down to 32 now. Oh, it's cheap. No, don't catch a falling knife. This is the perfect example of that. So one stock keeps going up when the market goes down, or so Kava goes up when the market goes up. Kava goes up when the market goes down. This one goes down when the market goes up, and this one goes down a lot when the market goes down. So and another one was Carvana. I've been talking about this last 3 months since I started the channel. So, this is getting a little shaky now. Now today it's breaking under the 50-day first time. Holy crap, actually. On the bounce, I'll start shorting Carvana now. First time in, I don't know, since January, this thing is breaking under its 50-day. Be careful, people. When things are breaking under its 50-day, watch out. You know, just keep it simple, stupid, by the way. You don't need 50,000 different indicators. Let's look at AMD. Oh, Tesla for sure. Hey, AMD, same thing. Just like CrowdStrike, it went from 120 to 160, now right back to 133. Market makes a lower low. This will probably equal to 120 levels and go lower. Let's look at Micron. See? Okay, see the underperformance. Market hasn't even retested its old low yet on the crash from 3 weeks ago. Micron is already down to, see, it's equaling right here. It's equaling the low that it experienced during the crash. This is called underperformance, right? And let's look at Tesla. Tesla had a nice day yesterday. I'm still no man's landed. Yeah, today it's just getting smashed with everything else. It's just going sideways. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people love Tesla. I love Elon Musk, but you know, you got to separate, you know, your emotions from trading. So there you go. So as I said, what am I buying today? I'm buying Upstart, October. Stock is at 34. Actually, you can buy cheaper than me probably, but I have orders. I bought October 35 calls at $3.20, and I have an order at 280. I have an order at 240, so I'll scale in. It's coming right into support. This is the old high that it broke out of on the day of the earnings, which is 33-ish. 50-day moving average is at 32.5, 33. So that's my first buying point. I'm buying it a little early, but I like scaling in, scaling out. So that's one I'm buying. Hain Celestial, I'm watching to re-enter again. Affirm, I'm definitely going to buy if the market cooperates and gives me more of a pullback, hopefully down to the 35 level. Zillow, you know, Zillow, see, these are the stocks I like. They're all above the 200, above the 50, above the 20. 20 is not as important as the 50. On pullbacks, I buy, right? On up moves, stock is going up with good volume. On down moves, it's just profit taking, which is expected because nothing goes up forever. PayPal is, again, another one, made new highs, pulling back into support. First Solar, nothing much to look at there. Stock's going down. If it breaks the 200-day, I think it's in trouble. So, you know, just stick with good stocks like Kavas and outperforming stocks. Stay away from stocks like Micron. Nvidia, yes, you can definitely trade.